What's going on, guys? I hope it has been a good morning or a good afternoon depending on where you're watching from. We just finished watching the Blues Hurricanes game. It was an early morning, but we did it. It wasn't too bad, so we coped with it. Just a bit cold in South Africa. So obviously the Blues won 30-20. So congratulations to them. We did good on Super Blues. So yes, that you can give a round of applause to us. We appreciate it. But yes, diving straight into it, I want to also wonder, what do you think about the turnover stat? That's something we spoke about to the end. I think the Hurricanes ended up with over 20 turnovers against them, and the Blues something like 8.
8, yes. I think that cost them a lot in this game, and it's just discipline. It's discipline. At the end of the game, not to just single out one player, but Artie gave, I think, 3 penalties away, and he didn't even play the whole game. So that's quite hectic. But I think with that being said, they'll definitely go back to the drawing board, check out what they did wrong, and then hopefully get themselves back into rhythm, because they're playing the Crusaders next week, which is going to be a tough game. That's going to be a tough game. So no, that's quite shocking for the Hurricanes. Good quality team, normally not that bad. Giving that so many balls away and so many penalties away. But yes, no, that's just shocking.
You mentioned Artie Sevilla, and he's usually we hyped him up in our previous videos. It's something that,
of course,
he's a world-class player, and it's not that he did something wrong. It's just rhythm wasn't there, and I think with the whole Hurricanes game that it started with the forwards. Dan Coles mentioned after the game that the lineup was disrupted, and that translated heavily into something that you can't get front football with your backline.
Yes, absolutely.
And the second half, the Hurricanes backline was nowhere to be seen. I don't think Vince also took the ball once, or if he did, then we didn't see it. And then Lomope was on the wing the whole time. Ben Lam didn't get ball. Wes Goosen tried a bit, and Perenara tried a bit.
Yes,
but that's about it.
I think the difference just between the two is that when we spoke about this while we were watching the game, because TJ Perenara is not normally a fly off, he's normally a 9, scrum off. So I think what happened there was when they shifted him to 10, and we have to know as well, they probably did this already in training.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they probably got him into 10, the 10 position in training to get him ready to play at 10. And I think he's a world-class player as well, TJ. He can definitely shift to a 10 position because he likes to have his hand on the ball, make the plays and stuff like that. So he's always in the mix. That's not the problem. I think the problem is they couldn't gel together, and I think that was the problem. Like you said as well, and the stats is terrible. I think they only scored on the 77th minute, 77th minute, the Hurricanes. They were scoreless up until that point.
For 50 minutes, 26 to the
26 to the
76th minute.
Basically. So that's quite shocking. World-class team, they did get penalties as well. For a long streak, they didn't receive penalties. But maybe better decision making, and the game could have gone another way. But well done, Blues. I'm very excited.
Yeah, speaking about the Blues, Tutu, we will probably butcher a bunch of these names, but that's it. So Tutu was very good, the 8th man of the Blues. I think, in our opinion, he was man of the match. Rieko Ioane was definitely up for some running. He wanted to, from the get-go, he was running. Barrett slotted in well. I don't think he was the best he could have been, but he did what he had to, and enough to win. He even celebrated with the Hurricanes, which was quite nice to see.
Getting them in there. Yes, and I agree with you completely. The number 8 man of the Blues, what a game. I'm not going to pronounce his name, but what a game. He played so well, and I think that he's really a contender for that 8 jersey, because I mean, this is a different year than any other year we've ever seen in rugby before. So that's going to be interesting. But also, like you said, I think Bowden could have done a couple of things more differently, but he had 2 supportive runs, which I think was phenomenal, but unfortunately the ball didn't come to him. I think he could have scored, actually, but that's a if, what, when. So
and then obviously mentioning Otero Black, who had a silent but efficient game. He wasn't silent that he didn't pop up, but he did his thing, and he didn't oversell himself. He did the basics right, and the same with Caleb Clark, who played on 11 wing. He did the basics right. He was running forward. He had a good step to score the first try. So efficiently, the Blues they did everything right, the basics, and they could build from there.
Yes.
And they went forward, and they dominated. I think Dalton Papaeli, I can't pronounce it right. When he came on early, what he did was he did the basics right and dominated, and he scored a try.
Yes.
So, and that's what the Blues, that's we spoke about in our previous video, where the Blues go forward with their forwards and the backs can capitalise. And I think they have the right combination now. We mentioned they have four fly-offs.
Yeah.
They had Terry Black, they had Duffy, they had Bodie, and they had Dan Carter. So they definitely have choices on who can general this backline.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's not the best they have, but it's not the best team, but they work as a unit, and that's the most important thing where they beat the Canes today.
Yes. So if we just go 1-to-1 with the back line, TJ Bernard, world class player. Knox did play well today. I'm not gonna bash him. He didn't do too bad, but he needs to step up to become one of the best nines, because again they're gonna play the Crusaders, they're gonna play the Highlanders against Aaron Smith. We spoke about as well, world class player, number one for the All Blacks for I think the last 7 or 8 years. So he needs to step up. Then at 10, I mean, come on, that selection, you can choose anyone. If you need Bowden, you can take Bowden. If you need Dan, you can take Dan. But Otero Black played very well today, so awesome to him. The 11, like you said, Clark played phenomenal rugby. He even made a turnover like a flanker, so that was very cool. But the one thing that I think was very interesting, and I need to personally say, you know what, you played very well, and that is Ioane, Rieko Ioane. He played very well at 13. We doubted it. I doubted it. I didn't think he's going to play very well at 13. But if he's going to change a bit of his gameplay, this can be promising. It can become promising for the Blues. And you don't know. Maybe him at the outside centre and Lou Mape, that can make a cool centre pair for the All Blacks. That would be very interesting.
It'll be interesting to think about it, but I still believe that he's a full-out wing. Yes, he can play 13 on the divisional level, so Super Rugby level. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I still believe he's an international winger. I don't think he has the proper skill set yet. If he develops it, like you said, that'll be good, but I don't believe he has the proper skill set yet to lead the 13 jersey as someone like Conrad Smith did previously before him. If you look at his predecessors, what New Zealand's like, he's not yet what that guy type of player is. So I think that's all we're gonna wrap up for today. I'm gonna leave the question update to the Fundray, and then also the last words.
Awesome. So I'm actually gonna challenge what Daniel thinks about Ioane on 13, because while we were watching this game, they showed highlights of the 2003 Hurricanes Blues game, which Moanonu played wing, and Moanonu is one of the best inside centres of all time. That should also ask everyone who played wing before, like John de Villiers. John played wing as well, and then he transitioned into a great inside centre. They played him outside as well, which I never liked, because he wasn't the fastest guy, and he knew how to create space for outside. So I didn't want him on the outside where the burner should be. And that, I think Ioane would do very well, because he has the pace for an outside centre, which I think Conrad actually lacked, to be quite honest. But that's just my opinion. So I'm going to ask you, that's the question of the day, do you think Ioane can become a 13? And what I mean there with that question is, will he be a specialised 13? Or is it just a 13 for the Blues, and then he'll shift to wing if he gets the All Black selection? So that's my question of the day. And then just last words from us at Rugby for Days. Thank you for viewing our content. We really appreciate it. We are 3 guys love rugby, love to discuss it, and to just have these type of discussions with what strategies, what teams, what selections and stuff like that. So if you like that too, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Remember, we have the RFD show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and then we are a rugby blog, www.rugbyfordays.com. And then until next time, you should have a great day, and we'll see you in next weekend's rugby.
Cheers, guys.